Hello students, this is module 2 in that first chapter compound stresses. Okay. Before we begin up with what is compound stresses, let us understand what is a simple stress. Simple stress, when only one type of stress acts on a body, then the body is said to be subjected to simple stress. Okay, let me explain that. Here we have an example where a body, which is a bar, is subjected to normal stress. Normal because this stress direction is perpendicular to the cross section. As this stress is acting axially, it is also referred as axial stress. Okay, here we have, so here only one type of stress is acting. So we will say that this bar is subjected to simple stress. In this figure, we can see tangential stress acting on one surface on the top plane, horizontal plane of this block. Okay, it is called as tangential stress or shear stress. Since only one type of stress is acting on this block, we will refer to as simple stress acting on this block. Okay. So then let us see what is compound stress. So if more than one type of stress acts on a body, it is called compound stress. Okay. More than one type of stress acting on a body, it is said that the body is subjected to compound stress. Let us see a generalized stress system. This is a cube. So in a cube we know that all sides are equal. Okay, here we have directions. This is x direction. Okay, if this is the origin, okay, in this direction it is x. Okay, this is y direction, and then this is z direction. Okay, so the stresses are named in this fashion. Okay, like this is normal stress. Sigma is used to indicate normal stress. Okay, the first subscript indicates the plane on which the stress acts, and the second subscript indicates the direction in which the stress acts. Okay, which means sigma xx. Okay, so this plane is x plane, so the plane is indicated as x, and the direction is in x direction as shown here. Okay, so we will write the normal stress as sigma xx. Similarly, here this plane is y plane, so the normal stress acting here plane y and in the direction y. Okay, similarly here sigma zz. Okay, so this stress, normal stress, is acting on the z plane and it is in the direction z. Okay. Now here we have tangential stress acting on x plane and in direction y. Okay, we will write it as tau xy. Yeah, tau xz, that is the shear stress acting on x plane and in direction z. Similarly, we can write the tangential stresses on y plane and on z plane. Okay, now these stresses are complementary in nature. Okay, that is tau xy and tau yx are equal. Okay, tau xy, tau yx is equal. Tau xz is equal to tau zx. Tau yz is equal to tau zy. Okay, this is how a generalized stress system is represented. Okay, so since here normal stress is acting as well as tangential stresses are acting, or we can say normal stress in three directions is acting, then the stress system is said to be a compound stress system. Okay, let us see the sign convention. Tensile stresses are indicated with a positive sign. Okay, so this is tensile in nature. Okay, away from, acting away, the direction is away from the body, so this is tensile, it is positive. Compressive, if the direction is towards the body, then it is negative. Clockwise couple on horizontal plane. Okay, here I have indicated a 2 dimension. If we are, okay, if let us say the z direct dimension is unity, okay, or negligible, then two dimensional figure is represented here. Okay, so here on a horizontal plane, the tangential stress acting, if it is making a clockwise couple, then tau shear stress is positive. Okay, if on the horizontal plane it is making anti-clockwise couple, okay, means the direction is reversed here, okay, then shear stress will be negative. This is the sign convention. Next is, what is the objective of the study? What are we going to study in this chapter? Okay, here I have taken a 2-dimensional figure of the element, okay, and it is subjected to biaxial stress, okay, and shear stress. A generalized system I have taken. So here sigma x, because it is in x direction. Okay, here we have used sigma xx, and here I am using only sigma x. Okay, so this is to avoid, you can say, to make it more simple. Instead of using two similar subscripts, we are using only one subscript. Okay, then here, since tau yx is equal to tau xy, we are indicating it only as tau. Okay, this, the thickness in z direction, we have taken it as t, or it is equal to 1. Okay. Now, because of this stress system, that is sigma x, sigma y and tau, okay, acting on this element, we are interested in finding the stresses normal to a plane and tangential to a plane, okay, if a plane inside the material, okay, inside this body, at any angle theta. Okay, so this theta is positive in anti-clockwise direction from the vertical. So for all the derivations, we are taking the plane, okay, rotated from vertical, okay, in anti-clockwise, theta is positive. Okay. So here in this chapter, we are interested in finding whether maximum stress exists because of this stress system, okay, inside the material at any other angle, at any other orientation, rather than the perpendicular, that is vertical and horizontal planes. Is there any plane at some orientation theta where normal stress and tangential stress, okay, acts? Okay, so with this we can find out the maximum stresses acting at any other location inside the plane.